Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Toddy Walnuts thrift shop slash Dollar Tree hunt. I am really enjoying the thrill of the hunt, going to thrift shops and Dollar Tree stores lately. I know a lot of guys out there in YouTube land have been doing this for a while now, and I can see the thrill of it. I do have quite a haul that I picked up. Most of these were from today, and I was out for about 4.5 hours chasing movies, and I really had a good time doing it. I got a lot of this stuff for dirt cheap. So joining me again today, I have the flash on, so you're going to get the glowing green eyes, but there on the left is the little young Miss Heidi, and Hannah is right there. It's very good. So if you guys are interested in seeing what I picked up, stay tuned. I do have a little stack here of new horror movies from Dollar Tree that I just picked up today. If you are interested in getting some free movies for yourself, I am thinking about having a contest, and this pile right here I will be giving away if I have enough interest in that. So if you are interested in that, stick around till the very end of the video and I will tell you how you can win free movies. I have a couple of stacks here from some thrift shops, and I have some VHS, and these have come from Goodwill stores, Salvation Army store, and Value Village. And I have one movie that was a Disney Movie Club release, and I picked up some, I guess, decorations from Dollar Tree. I'll show those too. So stick around and let's check out what I got. Okay, we will get into the Dollar Tree horror stuff towards the end of the video. I'll let you guys wait for that. But I will show you first what I got at some of the thrift shops. And I don't remember exactly which thrift shops these certain movies came from. We will be able to tell the Goodwill ones have a big green Goodwill sticker on them. I think this was a Salvation Army pickup. And this is Nicolas Cage in a movie called Primal on Blu-ray. It says The Ultimate Hunter versus the Ultimate Predator. It also has Michael Imperioli, who was Christopher Moltisanti in The Sopranos, and I always do enjoy him. I watched the web podcast that he has on YouTube. It's pretty fun. He talks about all the Sopranos stuff. So I have never seen this movie. I know it's about Nicolas Cage. He's a big game hunter, and he catches a, what did it say? It was a panther or jaguar. And as he's bringing it back on a ship, a political assassin who is also on the ship frees the jaguar, and Nicolas Cage has to try to catch this predatory monster. But there's the Blu-ray. I'm going to keep the digital code. I don't even know if the digital code is still available, but I give those to somebody. So that is Primal on Blu-ray. This movie was, I believe it was $2. And I think the movies at the Salvation Army are $1, and that's where I got this one from. This is the Disney movie called The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Have never seen the movie, but I do collect Disney films, and I usually collect the animated stuff, but I do like their live action stuff too. I just haven't really gotten into the live action superhero movies, but I'm looking forward to checking this out. It comes with a pretty nice slipcover. It's in pretty decent condition. I believe, like I said, it was about $1. And we will talk about the skyrocketing prices of VHS in a moment here, but this is a 2-disc set. You get a Blu-ray and a DVD. I don't know if this one came with a digital code or not. Looks like it did, and there's also movie rewards, so I'll keep that hidden because I do use the movie rewards. And I'll put the slipcover back on off camera just to save a little time. These next 3 were from Goodwill, and they were $3 a piece. These are excellent shows. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, probably watch these. They show them in reruns constantly on TV, and that is the Forensic Files. And this is called the Best of Season 9. There's 16 episodes. There's 4 discs. One's still in my player right now, disc 4. I've been watching these. There's 4 episodes per disc, and they were $2.99, and for me that's a very good deal. I love that show, even though you can watch them for free here on YouTube, I would imagine. I've never searched them, but I'm pretty sure they're on here, as well as on TV quite a bit. Here is the Best of Season 11, 22 episodes. I think this one was 5 discs. There's 2 here. There's a swing tray in the middle, and then there's 2 more, or 3 more. It's a 6-disc set. Yes, 6 discs. And the last one for Forensic Files is called Death by Poison, Deadly Drinks and Drugs, 12 episodes. There were quite a few other titles there, but I looked at them. A lot of them were scratched. I'm very picky with my movies, so even if there's a little scratch, I pass on it. So these were in very good condition for $3. I felt that it was very worthy of a purchase, so that's what I did. I grabbed those. Moving right along, I picked up Disney's Robin Hood on DVD with the slipcover, and it also has the Blu-ray, but this is the I'm not sure when or why they did it like this, but there was a time early in the Blu-ray era that Disney was releasing them in DVD-sized cases. And here I'll show you a comparison. There were a couple that they did like this. So this is the Blu-ray DVD, and it also has the digital code. I don't think the code was in this one. I got this one at Goodwill, but you can see the difference. So I'm kind of picky how I sort my movies, so this will definitely go in with the DVDs. But you can see there at the top it is a Blu-ray. Comes with the slipcover. It's pretty nice, and it was dirt cheap. And I like to add as much as I can to my Disney collection, so I grabbed that. And I picked up Disney Nature Chimpanzee, and again, this is another DVD-sized case, but it is a DVD and Blu-ray. These Disney nature movies are excellent. They really do a great job, and this thing's like brand new. So definitely wanted to pick that up and add it to the Disney collection. Now this one here was a good purchase, even though the case is a little bit scratched up. I already owned this at one time, but at my last job I borrowed it to a friend of mine, and I never got it back, so I was kind of like, oh well, you know, it happens. I certainly don't do that to people. If somebody borrows something to me, I make sure that I take very good care of it and that I return it back to them as they gave it to me. But sometimes you got to watch who you know, and it was a friend of mine, so it's not like it's a big deal. So Band of Brothers was a show on HBO, and it followed a group of soldiers based on a true story during World War II, and it's an excellent, one of the best series I've ever seen in my life. I watched it several years ago, over a decade ago, and I really wanted to. It was $6.99 at Goodwill. Wanted to pick this up, and I had been thinking about this for a few months, and I know this is on Blu-ray now, and I was going to pick it up on Blu-ray, but when I saw this at Goodwill for $6 or $7, I thought, what the heck, go ahead and grab it, and I'm going to watch it again. Everything was crisp like brand new, even though the case has seen better days. I can probably clean that up a little bit more and maybe kind of buff that out. You may not even see the scratches, but it's that dark black, and it's picks up not only scratches but fingerprints as well. But it's a Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg collaboration, and this is a great episode series. And if you have never seen this before, I definitely recommend checking it out. Band of Brothers. Very glad to get that, and I think that's a pretty good deal for $6, $7. The next one I just kind of grabbed on a whim. I guess you can say this was kind of an impulse buy, because I do have these on Blu-ray. This is the Scream triple pack box set, and I just got this for a collector's piece. I think this is pretty cool. I don't remember seeing this box set very often. I'm sure it's not rare. You can probably get this on eBay or anywhere else for probably pennies on the dollar. But you get Scream, Scream 2, and Scream 3. Of course, it doesn't have Scream 4 because this was released before Scream 4 was released. But I think it's a nice little piece to have for a horror collection. For $5, you get 3 movies. This was another Goodwill purchase, and this is called the Big Valley. This is Season 2, Volume 1. Usually I don't buy TV shows out of order. I usually try to get them Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, or get them in a box set if possible. But this was pretty cheap. What was it? $5. And it's still sealed. Never been viewed. This is another great Western show that was on TV back in the 60s. Late 60s. So I remember watching this with my dad as a kid, the beautiful Barbara Stanwyck, and she was a great actress. And Lee Majors is also in the show. It always had very good set pieces, and I like watching shows about cowboys out on the plains and stuff like that. So glad to pick that up. I thought the price was right, so I grabbed it. And another Western show. This is actually a movie from the long-running television show called Gunsmoke. And this is from the Gunsmoke movie collection. I think they made 3 or more movies. This one is called The Last Apache. And you can see James Arness was a little bit older. It was after the series had been on for several decades. 2 or 3 decades the show was on TV. And he was also great. He played Marshal Matt Dillon. Some of the best television viewing you will ever see is watching this. It says there's also Return to Dodge and To the Last Man. I'm not sure if there's more than that because I have not researched this. But I do have the complete Gunsmoke series, the original television series, on DVD. So I figured I'd add a movie to that. Here is Clint Eastwood and Hang 'em High. I do have this in a box set in a skinny pack. I wanted to get just because it was cheap, I wanted to pick up the original release of that from MGM on DVD. I do have this on Blu-ray as well. And it's a flipper disc, and it does have the insert, so that was pretty cool. I think this was only $2. And you do get it you can watch it in widescreen or standard, and that's why it's a flipper disc. And it's a very good Clint Eastwood movie, so I picked that up. Here's another movie that I used to own on a burned copy. I used to rip torrents on my computer back in the day, and this was one that I downloaded, and it turned out really good. But I wanted to get the original official release of The Ghost and the Darkness, and this is based on a true story. And you can see Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas, and Val Kilmer plays a great role in here. He's one of my favorite actors. And this is based on a true story about killer lions and how they try to stop these lions from killing. It's actually, this is almost a horror movie to me. It's very intense. And if you've never seen it, I definitely recommend The Ghost and the Darkness. It's a very, very good movie. And I don't want to say the last one because I can't remember exactly which ones I got from Goodwill, but this is another one I got from Goodwill. This is from the Criterion Collection called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, starring another one of my favorite actors, Johnny Depp. This is the Fat Pack that they used to release back in the day sometimes. And it does come with the slip, and you can see the writing on the side. It's pretty cool. And this was only $2. I didn't own it already, so I was very glad to get it. It's a movie from 1998. Most of you, maybe all of you, have seen this and know all about this. It's just under 2 hours long, 119 minutes. And this is a great Johnny Depp role. And this was released by Criterion in 2003, so it's an older movie from the Criterion catalog. So let's move on to the next pile. Okay, so this title, as well as this entire stack right here, was from a rummage sale in a town just over next to the town I live in. And they advertised this in the local newspaper that they had movies, DVDs, and Blu-rays for $1 a piece. And so I went over there with my son about a week ago, I think. Maybe a little bit more than a week ago. I'd been kind of sitting on this pile. See, I get a little bit flustered, and when I have this stuff start to pile up, it kind of eats away at me, and I have to put all this stuff away. But of course, I have to show you guys what I bought before I put it away. And so that's why I'm making this video now. But all of these titles right here were from that same rummage sale. They were all $1. I thought that was a great deal. There wasn't very much in horror movies there. They had a couple. I think they had like a Chucky movie on DVD and some other stuff. Most of the stuff I got, if not all, was Disney and family type films. So I couldn't remember if I own this already. If I do, I think it was on DVD. So for $1, I picked up National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, starring Chevy Chase. And this is a very good Christmas movie. As silly as Chevy Chase is, these are very fun movies. I'd like to see him do a couple more Lampoon movies before it's all over. I know he's kind of getting up there in age now, but it would be nice to see him do a couple of more movies. I got this Minions movie in a little tin case here. It's not quite a steel book. It's just a tin. Don't want to give away the code yet, just in case somebody else wants it. But this is a Blu-ray. This is the DVD, and this is the Blu-ray from the movie Minions. Comes in this little tin case. It also has a bonus DVD disc, which I'm not sure what is on that. But the rummage sale, the lady, she was there. Everything was very, very well kept. I can tell that she took very good care of her movies. She told me that she used to be a stay-at-home mom to a couple of different kids. And so, of course, you have to keep your kids occupied and entertained. And she had all these movies. I can tell that she was the only one that really handled these, because when kids touch them, they get sticky fingers all over them and scratches and who knows what else. But these were all like brand new. This was a pretty cool little set. And this is not a Disney movie, but it's a fun little watch. I already had this one. This is the Disney Moana digibook. But for $1, I picked it up again in case I ever need to trade or something with somebody. I mean, and look at this, is just like, you can hear it still creak. It was, I don't even know if this was ever even opened and touched. Everything is so crisp and clean. It's beautiful. So you get the Blu-ray and the DVD in the digibook for $1. Put that off to the side. I also already had this one, but I couldn't pass it up for $1. This is the Ultimate Collector's Edition of Brave, Disney Pixar movie. This is a 5-disc set, 5-disc combo pack. For $1, you get a 3D Blu-ray, a regular Blu-ray, or 2 regular Blu-rays, a DVD, and a digital copy on disc. It also includes a short movie called The Legend of Mordu. Comes with the slipcover with the lenticular plate. And I definitely would not pass that up for $1. And again, that's just probably for trade at some point down the line. Here's another one that was $1. These were all $1, so I'm not going to keep saying that, but it's another, I think this is another 5-disc set. You get a Blu-ray 3D, a DVD, and a digital copy. Lenticular plate. This is Jim Carrey in Disney's A Christmas Carol. Like brand new. I'll open it up and show you guys. We'll count the discs. I think this is 5. It might be 4. So you get the, what is this, a Blu-ray, and you get a 3D Blu-ray and a DVD and the digital copy. So it is a 4-disc set. Very, very cool. So I got some DVDs now. Those were the only Blu-rays. I got the 3 Magical Tales of Cinderella 2, Dreams Come True, Special Edition. I think a lot of these I owned already, but I think some of these are in better condition than the ones I had. So you got that really nice slipcover. Here is the Platinum Edition of Lady and the Tramp, the 50th anniversary, with the slipcover. Peter Pan 2-disc Platinum Edition. Has that little limited time only sticker. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff, so I leave those stickers on. I know some people peel them off, but when they have, I think that has collector's value. And to me, when it has collector's value, it's better to stay on the movie. I guess it all depends on how you like to have your movies in your collection. There's really no right or wrong way to do it, I guess. It's just a preference thing. Here's a 2-disc collector's edition of Finding Nemo. Fun movie. Saw this in the theater with the kids when they were little. Here is the special edition of Mulan 2-disc set. I mean, these things have look like they have never been touched. Nice slipcover on that one. This one I did not have. And this is the Platinum Edition of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. And this is the old Fat Pack. And this was released several years ago. Let's see on the back if it says when it was released. I don't see it offhand, and I don't want to spend too much time looking for it. But it was in the very early 2000s. 2001 maybe, I would say, if I'm just guessing. But and you got the insert booklet, and it just had, it was a 2-disc set, had the old Fat Pack. This was re-released several times. It was released on DVD again as a thin pack, just a regular Amaray case, and then it was released on Blu-ray and Steelbook and all that stuff. So, but this is the, I believe this is the first DVD release of Snow White. This one I never did own, and I'm glad to have it now, and this is the Princess and the Frog. This is kind of more new age Disney. Kind of one of the newer releases. I don't remember when this one was released. It looks like 2010. So it's been out for a while, but this is kind of one of the newer type releases. Nice slipcover on that one. Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure. Another beautiful slipcover. Walt Disney Classic Continues, limited time only, like that stuff. Have this one already too, wanted to get it again. Platinum Edition of Cinderella. 2-disc special edition with the slipcover. Has kind of this little gatefold. Picked up the Beauty and the Beast special edition, 2-disc set. Another gatefold, I think. Let's see here. Here is the Hercules Gold collection DVD. This was released without a slipcover. And I recently picked these up as a lot, but I was very happy to see these at a rummage sale for $1. This one does not have a slipcover, unfortunately, but I do have this also with a slipcover. And this is Mickey and the Beanstalk Classic Short Films Animation Collection. This is in very good condition. And I have Mickey's Christmas Carol, which was the most rare of the, I think there were 7 volumes, and this is volume 7. And this comes with a very beautiful slipcover. This is better than the edition that I had already. Very, very nice. I'm not sure if she just didn't want to sell these on eBay and hassle, you know, it's a lot to sell on eBay because you get hit with all kinds of seller's fees, and you got to ship this out and get tracking, and it's just, you know, selling is not very fun, especially when you're selling things that don't have a big turnaround. I mean, you don't really get a lot of money for selling these kind of movies. But she probably could have sold this for $15 to $20, but she sold it for $1 at a rummage sale. So I think she just didn't care. She just wanted to make room. And this is a Muppets Christmas Letters to Santa. And you can see that she bought this at Toys R Us at one point for $16. This is called the extended edition with the slipcover. This was before the Muppets were bought out by Disney. And this doesn't have any Disney logo on here, but I will be keeping, oh, it does have it right there in the bottom. So I definitely will be keeping this with my Disney movies. So let's move on to the VHS tapes. So these next 3 titles were probably my favorite 3 pickups of the day out of any store that I went to. And this was from a thrift shop. And I believe this was from Value Village. That's the name of the thrift shop. This is an Italian VHS release called Sella, which is Silver Saddle, also known as The Man with the Silver Saddle, starring Giuliano Gemma. It's a movie from 1978, and get this, it's directed by the one and only Lucio Fulci. And I was very shocked to see that they had Italian VHS titles at this little shop. And I've been going there now for the last few months. I've been kind of checking in every once in a while to see what kind of stock they have. And when I saw these, I had to snatch these up. And I'm going to keep going back to see who's donating this stuff, because maybe there's more. This is gold to me. You know, this is the thrill of the hunt, and this is the kind of stuff I'm looking for. So hopefully they're going to keep donating stuff like this. And like I said, I found 3 Italian titles. I picked them all up. You can see that it's a little bit worn out, but for a movie, this was released in, the movie was from 1978, but this was probably released in the 80s. But it's all in Italian. 94 minutes running time. There's the disc. And it looks like it was an old rental from Ridgewood, New York. Made in Italy. That's very, very cool. So I was very glad to pick this up. They sell their VHS tapes for 25 cents. And that's another, this is a good time to talk about it, I guess. There's a lot of thrift shops that still sell VHS tapes for 25 cents a piece or 50 cents a piece, which I think is a steal still. But a lot of the Goodwill stores now are selling their VHS tapes for $5. And it wasn't too long ago that they were denying, people were trying to bring as many of these VHS tapes to Goodwill as they could, and Goodwill was like, yeah, we're not going to sell these anymore. Take them away. We don't want them. And people were actually throwing these in the dumpsters, and they're kind of making a comeback in a big way. And so it's very sad to see that they're going from 25 and 50 cents now to $5 a piece. I like VHS, but I don't like them for $5. But yeah, this was a steal, and I was very glad to get this. You can see that, you know, the case is a little bit worn, but I kind of like that. You know, it has some character to it. Here's the spine. I guess we'll show you that. You can tell that it was an old rental. It has a little orange number 9 sticker up there. I'm going to leave that on there. Just beautiful. I really love that. And let's talk about the next one. The next one here is called Zorro in the Court of Spain, and this is definitely a Zorro film, but they classify this as a Western, and you can see there at the bottom that it's all in Italian, and it says it's a PAL VHS. I do have a VHS still. I don't have a PAL VHS, but like I was saying, these are just collector's pieces now. This was released in 1980, but the film came out in 1962. Very, very cool. Let's see if I can pull this out. A little snug fit there, but we got her. And this just brings me back to the VHS days. You would see, well, not exactly like this, but in the US, they had a lot of different covers. You know, they had different designs and different borders and colors and things to just kind of pull you in to want to rent these movies. And I was very glad to pick that up. It's got another little sticker here on the side. So the area that I live in Racine, Wisconsin, and some of these stores that I go to are right in between my city of Racine and another city called Kenosha. And there's a very high Italian population in my area. And what I'm thinking happened is somebody probably had these in their collection for many, many years. I don't know if maybe somebody passed away or they just didn't want these in their house anymore. They want to make room, so they donated some of these. I'll be glad to take these. So that is Zorro in the Court of Spain from 1962. The next one here is another Giuliano Gemma movie called Blood for a Silver Dollar, or it was also known as, the direct translation is A Dollar Full of Holes. That's what un dollaro bucato means, a dollar full of holes, but this is known as Blood for a Silver Dollar also. And it doesn't say when this one was released, but again, it has kind of that weathered look. I love the way that looks. It just kind of has that retro feel. Has a lot of character to it. This one I do have on DVD. Wild East DVD has released this on a very good transfer. Wait a second here. Yeah, I had to stop recording for a second. I just noticed something now. I didn't notice this earlier. But this is Blood for a Silver Dollar cover. But on the inside is the tape for Adios Gringo, which is also a Giuliano Gemma movie, but that's not the same movie. It's not an alternate title. So this is a different case for that VHS. So what I'm going to have to do is just keep checking back and hoping that somebody will donate the right case and movie so I can kind of switch them out. But it's still cool to have for a quarter. I mean, it's still a nice piece for a display. I'll show you guys again the 3 titles. All right, let's move on to some more VHS. This was also a purchase for a quarter. This is the original Star Trek, the Collector's Edition. The Menagerie, parts 1 and 2 on VHS. Comes in this kind of like a little clamshell, little cardboard clamshell for $1. Grabbed that, and I also grabbed a second one called Where No Man Has Gone Before and Mud's Women. Very, very cool little collector's editions. I have all of these on DVD, but I think these are fun little display pieces for $1. Very good condition. This was from Salvation Army, I think. This was $1. The Magic Voyage. You can tell it's definitely a kind of a Disney ripoff, I guess, or just a different type of an animated movie. You can see some of the star-studded cast who lent their voices for this picture. Looks like this one came out in 1994. I got All Dogs Go to Heaven and All Dogs Christmas Carol. This is a very good movie. I don't remember ever watching that one, but I watched this many times. Very, very good movie. And this is a Don Bluth picture. And this is just as good as a Disney title. Very good, high quality animation. So here are the Goodwill VHS. I don't think I'm going to be purchasing any more movies from Goodwill, just for the fact that they're $5 a piece now, and it doesn't make any sense to me to buy these for $5 just to have them in a collection. You know, I'll still stick with the 25, 50 cent, even $1 from time to time for a VHS, but I'm definitely not going to buy $5 VHS anymore. But this is the Shaggy Dog, starring Fred MacMurray. I picked up the horse in the gray flannel suit. It's a very young Kurt Russell. Cuba Gooding Jr. in Snow Dogs. I think this was one of James Coburn's last roles. And there you can see Nichelle Nichols, Star Trek fame. I got Bedknobs and Broomsticks. This wasn't from... Only the ones that have green stickers were from Goodwill. So the rest of these were either 25 or 50 cents if they don't have a sticker on them. Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Here is Peter Pan. This is the Black Diamond edition. Picked up Cinderella, the Masterpiece Collection. Swiss Family Robinson. I really enjoy these kind of shipwrecked movies, or, you know, kind of stranded on a deserted island type movies. These are really fun. I also got Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. This is a fun movie. I remember watching this with the kids when they were little. I had almost all of these movies at one time, and I'm just slowly picking them all back up. The sad thing is, I was buying these back in the day, we all were, for, you know, $20, $25 a piece when these first came out. Now you can get them for $1, 50 cents. You can get everything back that you had for just a minute fraction of a price that we paid 20 years ago. These are fun movies. And I picked up the gold edition of Toy Story, the special edition. Another fun series. So that was the VHS I picked up. I also, like I was saying earlier, I've got Luca from the Disney Movie Club, and this is the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital code. I haven't popped this one in yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to checking this out. And these Disney Pixar movies look fantastic in 4K. They really look great. So let me put some of this stuff away, and we will get into... I can show you guys some of the Halloween decorations I picked up at Dollar Tree. I'll show you some of the horror movies I picked up at Dollar Tree. And then we'll talk a little bit about a possible contest. We'll see if there's enough interest in that. I forgot to show a couple of VHS, and these were picked up for $1. And the reason I picked these up was more or less to get the plastic clamshell case, to use that for some of the damaged ones that I have for Disney. And I can always switch these out with the Disney, and then I don't necessarily want to keep this movie in my collection, so I'll switch the case out and then probably donate this again to a Goodwill or something. But that case was really good for $1. I grabbed it. And the same goes for, even though it says $1, it was $1. And this is Rookie of the Year. I don't really have any want or need to keep this in my collection, but I wanted the case looks really nice. So grab those just for switching out. Now, some of the things I picked up at the Dollar Tree for Halloween decorations, I think these are pretty cool. These are window clings, and it says Happy Halloween. Has some ghosts and a witch's hat. I think these are really cool for $1. Grabbed a couple of them. It's Happy Halloween with a black cat and a pumpkin. Some more little stuff. These are just kind of like gushy little jelly clings that you can put on your windows. I got one here with different faces, and it says don't be corny. There's a candy corn on there. Booyah. Different little faces. For $1, these are very worth it to me, I think. And even if I don't put these on my windows, I think these are kind of a nice little collectible. Have some of the Halloween spirit. I feel like all year long is Halloween for me. I really love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. So this was pretty cool. Different flying ghosts and trees coming to life. I really like that. That was my favorite one. This one's pretty cool too. Different jack-o'-lanterns and some spiders. So I wanted to grab those, and then they also had these kind of like tombstones or headstones. They had about 5 different designs. I thought this one was pretty cool, with the skeleton crawling over the top of the tombstone, and it says beware. These are kind of like a foam. And for $1, I think this is very worth it. I think it looks really good. It has kind of a glitter, sparkly glitter on the lettering. And this is the other one. It says RIP underneath that sticker. And it has kind of glittery red eyes. And on the bottom, I don't know if you can see, but there's little rods that you can actually stick into the foam and then stick into the ground. So if you really wanted to put these in your yard, you could do that. Look pretty cool, I think, for the trick-or-treaters. So let's get into the horror pile that I recently picked up today from Dollar Tree. There were some new titles out there, and then we'll talk about a possible contest on the channel. So I got these 9 new horror titles. One of them is a Blu-ray, that's the top one, and the other 8 are DVDs. One of them is a DVD I had seen previously over the last month, and I thought I had it, but I didn't. But the other 7 titles, plus the Blu-ray, so the other 8 titles, were movies I hadn't seen there before. And the first one is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack of a movie called Killer Tattooist. Never heard of it before. It looks pretty good. And when I say it looks pretty good, it's probably very cheesy and probably not very good. Echo Bridge. It says a series of murders have occurred. The victims found tattooed and skinned. So a little Blu-ray DVD combo pack. This one looks pretty good too, to be honest with you. It has Quentin Rampage Jackson starring as the killer, I think. A Psycho's Path. Now, I don't know if Jackson is the killer or the good guy in the movie. But it's a movie from 2019. Looks very low budget. It says, I can't really quite read it because there's a sticker there, but it says, after apprehending a drifter for brutally killing a young woman in nearby Brookdale, Captain Peters receives orders to transport the man to a mental institution. Those are always kind of fun movies. So you never know. I mean, part of the fun of hunting these very low-budget independent horror films is maybe hopefully finding a hidden gem or two. Here is a 3-movie pack here. The featured title is called Better Off Zed. Looks like it's kind of a horror comedy, right? And then for the 2 bonus movies, you get Wacko and a movie called Sideshow. This was one that I had not seen out there before. It's possible that it was out there, but it's new to me, so I picked it up. And I'm mostly looking forward to Wacko out of these 3. But this is another Echo Bridge. It says Wacko is rated PG. Okay, it's a slasher spoof. It says Andrew Dice Clay is in it. Huh. Movie from 1981 is Wacko. And then Sideshow is a full moon release. Let me put this down so we can get a better look at it. It's very short at 74 minutes. And the featured film is from 2018. Next one is, I'm a big fan of Chris Christopherson's music. He's a country singer, a very good singer-songwriter. He's getting up there in age. I believe he's in his 90s now, or his late 80s. And he was good friends with Johnny Cash, and he actually wrote a lot of Johnny Cash's music, a lot of his songs, a lot of his hit songs. And if you haven't heard of Chris Christopherson before, he did play in some movies in the 70s and 80s, and still in his later years he was making movies as well. But I definitely recommend going on YouTube or even just going to a record shop and picking up a CD or a record of Chris Christopherson, listen to him sing. He's a very, very talented kind of a folk Western type singer. Very good. One of my favorites. So I wanted to pick this up, and it's called Disappearances, and it also includes 7 bonus movies called Jory, The Great Indian Wars, Battle of Chief Pontiac, Sitting Bull, The Deadly Companions, Against a Crooked Sky, and The Young Land. So you get kind of a twin pack here. The featured film in this little pack is Disappearances, starring Chris Christopherson, and the other 7 movies are kind of shrink-wrapped together. And those are all the movies that I just mentioned. It's a little Echo Bridge 2-pack for $1. You get 8 movies total, not bad. There's another horror film called Gothic Harvest. I had to open this up because the disc was loose on the inside, and I found that it's fixed now, but the spindle is broken, and so the disc was loose in there. It's not scratched or anything. It's in good condition still. So, but this one stars Bill Moseley. Gothic Harvest. The voodoo curse won't let them live or die. Looks like it's very, very low budget. And it looks like Bill Moseley probably had a lot of fun making this movie because he was surrounded by beautiful women. Gothic Harvest. What does it say what year this came out? 2018. I may have said that already. This is the one that I thought I had, and this one was out there for a while. This is called Without Name. Irish woodland scenery in this movie, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I love the countryside of Ireland and Scotland and all of those European countries out there in the UK. Beautiful, beautiful landscapes. And this is a movie from MVD Visual. It is unrated, a movie from 2018 as well. Without name. The next one is called The Devil's Playground. This is another one I had never seen before out in the wild at the Dollar Tree stores. It may have been around, but this is the first time I saw it, so I grabbed it. I like that cover. It looks really cool. Looks like a horror movie that takes place in an amusement park, which that's a pretty cool premise. Looking forward to checking that out. You know, this one looks like it has some promise to it. It says the stars of two competing paranormal television shows converge on an abandoned amusement park, which ends up being the epicenter to hell. Trapped with no way to escape, they find themselves in an all-out war against pure and unrelenting evil. This does sound familiar. I don't think I picked this up before, but I think I have heard of this movie before. If anybody has seen any of these, you can always comment below. And here is, I guess, kind of a sequel. There was a different movie from the Dollar Tree called The Mummy Reborn, which I have that one. This one's called The Mummy Rebirth. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with The Mummy Reborn, if these are part of a series of sequels. I don't know. But it looked cool. Wanted to grab it. Looks like it has some pretty cool practical effects. There's a director's commentary. So those were the horror titles I picked up from the Dollar Tree. Now let's talk a little bit about a potential contest. Okay, so over the past couple of months, I have been uploading videos from my Dollar Tree stores in my area, and I've been kind of going out of my way to find different and new Dollar Tree stores, and it has been really fun. A lot of you have commented that you don't have movies in your Dollar Trees in your area. So I want to give people out there a chance to own some of these movies in their collection for free. And I want to have a contest. I have 10 titles here that are doubles. I'm going to go through and tell you guys which movies you have the opportunity to win. If I have enough interest, I will have a contest. I have 10 titles here, and I'll just go through the titles really quick. And you guys can leave comments below if you would be interested in entering a contest to win these. It will be worldwide. Anybody in the entire world can join in on this contest. You don't have to be a subscriber. I would like to grow my channel a little bit, and having contests like this is a potential for me to grow my channel. But I figure if you want to be a subscriber to my channel, you already are. So this will be open to anybody, even if you're not a subscriber, with the hopes that someday maybe you will decide to subscribe. So I will tell you guys the titles, and you can see here, The Trees Have Eyes is one of them. Terror Tales. These are all going to be included in a giveaway. Pumpkins. Covenant. Dear Diary. An English Haunting. The Cabin. Curse of the Scarecrow. The Mummy Reborn. And an epic war movie called Viking Siege. Now, I would like to have a contest with video entries, but I haven't decided yet what the requirements will be for the contest. But what I would like to do is find out first if people would even have interest, because if there's not enough interest, it would be foolish for me to even broadcast the contest if nobody's going to enter. I will also leave in my community tab, I will leave a poll to see if anybody is also interested in possibly joining in a contest with me. So those are the movies. I hope you guys enjoyed my thrift store and Dollar Tree haul. I have a lot of fun doing these. I like watching other people go out and hunt, and for so cheap, you're really not gambling or risking a lot of money to pick up movies for $1. You could pick up 20 movies for $20. If you like 5 of them, that's cool. You can turn the other 15 into Goodwill and donate them or give them away. You're not losing much. So again, if you guys are interested in a possible contest, comment below. I will leave also a poll in the community tab. As always, thank you very much for watching and your support. It means a lot. Thank you to the new subscribers that I've been getting. I appreciate that too. It's coming along slowly, but again, this channel is just a hobby for me. I don't make any money on this channel. I don't have Patreon. I don't have merch. I just do this as a hobby. I like talking about things that interest me. I'm always glad when other people have like-minded interests that I do and that like to follow along. It doesn't discourage me that my channel doesn't grow fast. I know there are other channels who are much newer than mine who have passed me up considerably in subs, and I'm very happy for those channels. I don't get, there's no competition. We're all fun. It's all fun here. I just do this as a hobby for fun, and I like to talk about movies with other friends out there. And if I make a couple friends, that's a plus for me. If I don't, it's not the end of the world for me either. So with all that said, I'm kind of rambling here at the end. For Miss Hannah and Miss Heidi, I'm going to go now and watch my Milwaukee Brewers kick some San Francisco Giant ass. And you guys have a good night or a good day whenever you're watching this. As always, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Later.